Hello everyone and welcome to the most anticipated video here on the Haunt Vlog series. Of course, we're going to be talking about everything that has been announced at the Not Scary Farm reveal. Oh, I'm so excited! Alright, so we're going to make this quick and simple so that way we can get on with the rest of our lives. So here is the recap of everything that has been announced so far. So, for the street zones, returning back, as always, the Hollow, Forsaken Lake, Carnival, and of course, the granddaddy of them all, Ghost Town. You did not come for just the street zones. Oh, hell no. Let's get into the mazes, shall we? So we're going to start off with the two that got announced at Midsummer Scream and continue that way. We're going to start with one of the mazes that got announced, but it's going to be its last year, and that is of course Special Ops Infected. I, for the most part, have seen it every single year. Loved the experience. I'm glad that, you know, I'm sad it's going away, but I'm kind of also glad because now it allows for Scary Farm to really add a new experience, try something a little bit different, but know that Infected will always stay in our hearts. But they have also said that while Infected's leaving, they couldn't just leave it as it is. They added 2 new rooms. So now, instead of going into like a clothing store, you're going into a convenience mart, and instead of a warehouse, it's going to be a meat locker, which will split up the group, so there's 2 paths, and you might get a little close face-to-face action with the zombies this time, which I think is a really awesome element and something new to add, because for the most part, like when it was in Camp Snoopy, it was a little further away. When they moved it to Mystery Lodge, it was a little bit medium shot, not as close, whereas this one is like super close, so kind of excited about that. And the second maze that they mentioned at Midsummer Scream was Dark Ride, which is one of my favorite mazes of all time, only because of how aware, how cheesy, how corny, and how thrown together the maze is supposed to be like, which is great. So the 2 rooms that they're adding is going to be a surveillance room in the old air duct room and a gift shop. What maze doesn't have a gift shop? Now, they did do this gift shop experience before in Slaughterhouse. So if you've seen me on social media wearing this like Uncle Willie's barbecue shirt, it actually came from that idea, and so I'm glad that they are bringing it in. Although I wish they would be able to sell like Castle of Chaos shirts, only because I would so pay for it and it'd be so awesome. But I'm excited to see how those rooms play in the already existing maze. Now, the only other maze that is going to be going away and seeing its final trip into the darkness is Shadowlands. So Shadowlands is going away. This is its last year. It's been with the farm since, I think, 2016. So to see it go is going to be a little bit hard because, you know, you see and hear these mazes all left and right, and so it's kind of sad when you hear like these mazes are going away. So it is what it is to be expected. And of course, returning for the 2019 season, we are also going to be seeing The Depths and Dark Entities, which were brand new for last year. And of course, the one maze that like everyone still talks about to this day that yours truly was involved in its opening season, Paranormal Inc., which I'm very excited for. I'm glad that it's coming back, especially because the ending was changed last year, and I really liked that new ending. It was a little different, and it like played with your mind a little bit, so I loved that. As well as Pumpkin Eater coming back, but it is time to talk about the 2 new mazes that are coming into Not Scary Farm. So let's talk about them. But first we gotta acknowledge the 2 mazes that are not coming back this year, which are going to be Red Barn and Trick or Treat. Now, I will tell you that for the longest period since I've been at the farm, so is Trick or Treat. In fact, Trick or Treat and I started the same year, so for it to basically be gone this year means that I won. Yep, suck it, Trick or Treat. I'll beat you. So you're probably wanting to know what is going into Trick or Treat in Red Barn's place. So going into Trick or Treat's place is called Waxworks. It is going to take you into a wax museum. The name of the wax museum or exhibit is called The Devil's Den in 3D. And so it'll take you into some crazy shenanigans, and it's a Daniel Miller maze, so it's going to be fucking bonkers, because if you've been through Delirium, Pinocchio, and Tooth Fairy, you will know that he is fucking bonkers. So let's see how that works. And taking over Red Barn's place in the Wilderness Dance Hall is going to be Origins, which was designed by John Cook, and will take you through the story of the rise of power of the Green Witch, which I think is kind of weird or kind of cool, because now that Trick or Treat's gone, and basically that was like like already in the middle of her reign and kind of conquering. How did her story rise into power? So that is actually a really fun storyline to go through, and it's John Cook, so John Cook is literally going to create one of the coolest fucking mazes known to man, as he already does and has already had a good track record already. And in terms of shows, we are going to be getting Conjurers in the Birdcage Theater and The Hanging as always. However, we also have a show inside of Shultz Theater, but I'm just going to leave it at that. And now comes the time of announcing everything. You're probably wondering where I'm going to be located because I have yet to announce it. So for this year of 2019, I am going to be putting the streets on the back burner, and I'm going to be joining the most epic maze, in my personal opinion, Origins. So I'm very excited to be going back into a John Cook maze. This will be the second Cook maze that I've ever been a part of, so I'm very excited for that. I've done 2 Daniel Miller mazes, I've done a Brooke Walters maze, and then I've done Paranormal Inc., which was another John Cook maze. So I'm very excited to be a part of Origins, and you might be able to see some footage here and there. So I will see you guys a little bit later, but now it brings us to this lovely point in our conversation where we move from the video down into the comments. So let me know in the comments down below what are some of your thoughts about what has been announced for Knott's Scary Farm 2019. Please keep everything cordial, please keep everything friendly, and remember that I will be heavily monitoring these comments, so any negativity, it will be removed. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you like everything that we do here on the channel, please do not forget to like, subscribe down below, and visit our Patreon page to donate. Any sort of donation you can is much appreciated. Don't forget to follow us across all social media links. Those links will be in the description down below. Thank you guys so much for watching, and as always, my name is Forrest, and I'll see you in the shadows.